The Wall Street Journal cites that almost 200,000 Americans in 2025 moved from America to live overseas in places like Dominican Republic, Mexico, Thailand, the list goes on. And guess what is the number one reason that most of those Americans said why they left? It was cost of living. It's one of the reasons why I left my hometown of Miami, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia. Now I stay in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And today what we're gonna do is a little something different than what you see on most travel influencers channel. Instead of just telling you my monthly expenses in Dominican Republic, I'm gonna also compare and contrast my expenses in Dominican Republic juxtaposed to what my expenses were in America. So without further ado, let's get into the video. In Atlanta, Georgia, I had a brand new home, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom in Fairburn, Georgia. That house had a mortgage, of course. It also had not one, but 2 HOAs. And the HOAs came up to about $215 a month combined. And the mortgage was about $1,700 a month rounded up. That came up to a whopping $1,915. So you got to think about it. Just for me to, I was about to say just for me to lay my head on a bed. No, I got to buy a bed too. No. To lay your head on carpet or hardwood with a roof over your head cost me almost $2,000 a month. Now compare that to me now living in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I do not have an HOA. I do not have any extra bills that are included in my housing. I have a all-in, all-inclusive price of $800 USD a month to stay here in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment here in downtown Punta Cana with a patio and also a rooftop terrace. And if you want to check out the tour of that video that should be up here somewhere, just click that and you can actually see the tour of this apartment that I am currently in. Next thing is transportation. There's no way you can explore the city without transportation. These 2 feet, 10 toes can only get you so far. So we gotta transport ourselves. Now, obviously, in foreign countries, Ubers, Grabs, InDrive, whatever the app that you use in your country is obviously cheaper and most likely the most economical way to get around, especially if you're only staying, let's say, short to midterm. In the United States, during my last days, if you will, I had a Mercedes-Benz E350 2012. The car note was about $475. The insurance was $175. And I kind of rounded up the maintenance to about $100 a month. Obviously, I didn't have to spend $100 a month on the actual car to maintain it. But when you just round it up, ChatGPT said it'll be about $100. So that was a grand total of $750 a month to transport my ass cheeks from A to B. Living in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and to be honest, anywhere else that I've stayed, I have used Uber. Grand total for my Ubers every single month living in Punta Cana is $200. Yes, $200 flat per month for me to transport myself. Now, granted, there's been months that I've went over $200, especially when I first moved here. And I'm gonna do another video where I'm gonna give you my expenses from when I first moved here, boots on the ground, and I'm exploring. So my groceries for living in the United States, Atlanta, Georgia to be specific, per month was about $400 a month on groceries. So what I do here in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, instead of going to their grocery stores and cooking, and their grocery stores here are gonna be places like Olay, Jumbo or Jumbo, Bravo, Serena, places like that are the grocery stores here. National is a grocery store, almost reminds me of like Whole Foods. It's a little bit more on the pricier end, but either way, instead of doing that and cooking and taking time out of my day and not been able to do content for you guys like this, I decided to hire a personal chef. My broke ass hired a personal chef. Now, before you say, Chris, you getting money out here. You got a personal chef. You living in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. You was paying $2,000 on mortgage. Slow your roll and get out of my pocket.
Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money.
The personal chef here and buying little ins and odds, juice, water, maybe snacks or whatever, cost me a grand total of $350 USD every month. Now, one may say, well, damn, Chris, you're only saving 50 bucks. Well, wait a second now. Remember, in the United States, I'm buying those groceries and I have to cook it. And it's not always, it's just me cooking. Mind you, I'm a good cook. Don't get it twisted now, okay? I get down in the kitchen, but I don't know how to cook Dominican meals, Colombian meals, Antiguan meals. I don't know how to cook these meals. And when I go to these countries, when I go to Thailand, I want to eat Thai food. I don't want no burger. I don't want no goddamn meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I don't want that. Next thing, entertainment. Now, entertainment is very expensive and it can vary. Depends on what type of person you are. Some people stay at home and entertain themselves over the internet and still spend money. Some people, like me, like to be outside. Right? You want to be outside. Soon as you step outside in Atlanta, Georgia, you're at least spending $150 on your weekend entertainment. That's at least. Entertainment in Atlanta. This is dating, eating out, partying, the whole nine, exploring, whatever you want to do. That costs me around, and this is no exaggeration, that costs me around $1,000 a month. To be quite honest with you, anywhere in the world, you can spend the same amount of money. You can spend $1,000 here. You can spend $1,000 here in one night. You can spend $1,000 in Thailand in one night. It just depends on what you do. The amount of dating that I was doing in the States versus the amount of dating that I do internationally is definitely not even close. I would have said cut in half, maybe in 3/4. I'll probably date 25% of the time. That cost me $600 USD in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, eating out and entertaining myself. One of the more smaller things, and this is gonna be actually the last entry here, is going to be utilities. Now, your utilities is gonna be your electricity, your water, your trash, your internet, things that you need to accompany your housing in order to continue to live in that house comfortably, of course. Now, in the United States, my electricity for my home was anywhere between $125 to $175 on a bad month. Water is about $50. Trash is about $30. And my internet was about $75 a month. I think I had AT&T or something like that. That ran me a total of $330 USD per month. In Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, they have all those things as well. Add gas on top of that. Now, do I pay for all of those things? Absolutely not. Everything is all inclusive. I don't pay for gas. I don't pay for water. I don't pay for trash. I don't pay for internet. I don't pay for pest control. I don't pay for renter's insurance. I don't pay. It is so many add-ons, what we call riders in my industry. Riders, add-ons to the stuff that you've already purchased that you have to accompany with the shit that you already got. It is the most insane thing in America how things work like that. But $330 total. In Punta Cana, however, I pay only for electricity, which is expensive versus due to the size house or the size units that you have. The size of the apartments is only like, 500 to 700 square feet. This place being about 730 square feet or something like that, 70 square meters. My electricity costs about $120 a month. So you got to think about it. Don't pay water, don't pay trash, don't pay pest control, don't pay internet, only pay electricity, and even my electricity bill is less. The grand total to live in Atlanta, Georgia, this is circa 2023, I believe, circa 2023, this cost me a grand total of $4,395 to live every month in the United States of America versus living in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I spend about $2,070 total. So this means that living in Punta Cana saved me a grand total of $2,375 in my pocket to do as I please, to invest, to save, to give to charity. Nobody wants to go overseas and live check to check. Nobody wants to live in paradise and live check to check. In closing, if you as well are tired of living in the United States, or you just want a change of scenery and you want Punta Cana, Dominican Republic to be that change of scenery for you, if that interests you, if this savings of $2,325 that I incurred from actually making that leap of faith, if this is you, make sure that you download my Punta Cana starter guide in the description below. It is free of charge. I'm not charging you, cuz. It's free. It's free. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.